Alright, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to all that came out there preaching His word, truth, sincerity. This is Brother Shamar coming back with another lesson. And in this lesson, I just wanted to speak on how, the times that we living in, you need to be seeking the Lord while He may be found. If you've been paying attention to the news, recently with all the different events that have been taking place, all right, you can see things are like heating up, and this isn't even including all the different stuff going on in different countries, getting closer to World War III, all these other nations getting around dealing with America to cut them out. All right, a lot of things are taking place all at the same time. There's so many different things. It's hard to know every last little thing going on, really, because that's how much things are happening. All right. Nonetheless, we still have time, to take advantage of the free time that we have now, the leisure time. All right, while it's still today, so to speak. Because the times that we're coming into, you're not going to be able to do lessons no more. You're not going to be able to sit down, build your relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Watch other brothers' videos online, the apostles and elders and other brothers. All right, it's going to come down to the point where it's just you and Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and whatever you have built for your foundation. All right, because like the scriptures say in Isaiah 33:6, what's going to ultimately keep you stable in the times to come is that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And if you don't have any, if you're not grounded prior to these things taking place, you're going to be pretty much through. So right now you need to be making sure that you're grounded in the spirit, grounded in the faith. All right, locked in, prepared mentally, spiritually for the things getting ready to happen, man, because we've been speaking of these things and we're literally seeing them take place now, man. And these things that are happening and going to continue to happen in the near future are going to affect us as well. All right. Matter of fact, before I read this, I'm going to get this in Acts real quick. 14 and 22. All right. This is Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. And that's what these lessons are for. That the apostles and elders and other brothers on bishop, the bishops and the elders and the other brothers on down that make videos and lessons and upload them. All right, that's what they're for ultimately, to exhort you to continue in the faith, to build you up. All right, because it's going to come a point in time where you're not going to have access to any of that anymore, man. It's only going to be you and whatever you have built up in your spirit, your spiritual storage tank, so to speak, man. All right, have you been properly, like you got the doomsday preppers. All right, you're supposed to be prepping spiritually though. All right, are you prepared spiritually for the things getting ready to take place? Are you really, confident in yourself, so to speak? All right. To confident to believe that you really gave your all, that you really are sure of yourself, that you're going to maintain your integrity, all right, in your ways before the different trials and tribulations that you're getting ready to face. Because things are already hard as is now, shit expensive and bills and shit like that. But the things that are getting ready to take place are going to be much more harder, much more trying. So are you really prepared for those things getting ready to come? Because we're seeing these things happen to Esau and these random jakes or heathens getting judged. Hey, but the persecution is getting ready to come against us, man. All right? And these things that, like I said, are getting ready to happen upon the earth are going to affect us as well, because these things are things, the shit's getting ready to hit the fan in America. All right? Because the end all be all, like we already know, is the nuclear missiles burning this place up. Yet before all of that, it's going to be a lot of hell in America, man. This is ground zero for us. This is where we at. We behind enemy lines. So are you prepared for these things to take place? Because it's going to get real crazy, man. Now we speak about these things, but it's a totally different thing when it actually happens and goes down. So are you, like I say, are you confident that you're prepared for those things? And if not, you should be doing everything within your power to be confident in yourself in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not confident of you, but confident in yourself that you have done the work, the groundwork to build yourself up and make sure that you are prepared spiritually and mentally for the things getting ready to come, man. All right, but continuing on, it says Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we through much tribulation. And that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, so like I said, it's going to be these things getting ready to happen upon the earth is going to be a trial of our faith as well, man. All right, you're going to have everything that we speak on. Like I said, the things that we speak about, they're going to affect us as well. Yes, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to, provide a way out of it for us. Nonetheless, these things are going to affect us as well. Like when inflation is hitting, costs of prices going up and everything, that shit affects us. We feel that shit too. When the famine come, we won't feel it. It's going to affect us as well. Yes, the Lord is going to provide a way out of it. At the same time, we still going to be affected by those things. All these different things getting ready to happen, man. Esau, you gonna get rid of that freedom of speech. You're going to lock down the internet, all right? It's going to be a shortage of foods, martial law, civil unrest, all the different things that's written in the scriptures taking place, man. Famines, pestilence, plagues. All right, all these things are getting ready to happen. And we're seeing the stage, the pieces of the puzzle being put together right in front of our eyes, man. So are you confident in yourself that you're ready for these things to happen? Because we are supposed to be hastening the day. Yet, if you're not prepared for that day, what are you going to do? So you should be making sure that you are confident that you are prepared. Because, if it's a so-called test for a class or a physical test, whatever, right? The time that's coming up, so to speak, the date that is scheduled or whatever it may be. You're going to make sure that you didn't practice or study so that by the time the day of the test come or whatever, you're confident in yourself that you're going to do good. And how much more so concerning the business of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and that the hour of temptation getting ready to come upon the whole earth. All right, that's going to affect everyone. Are you truly confident that you're prepared for that, man? And like I said, if you're not truly confident, hey, you need to be building yourself up and praying, and fasting, and doing what you need to do in the spirit, so that you may be confident and Lord's will be straight when those times come. Because we understand we're not going to be able to deliver ourselves. We're literally solely dependent upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that confidence and that faith to believe that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to come through for us, you're only going to be confident, so to speak, if you actually been doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you've been building yourself up, doing what handling your business. Because like I said, the time is coming to where we ain't going to be on the highways and hedges no more. We ain't going to be able to do no more lessons. You ain't going to be able to sit down in the comfort of your home and read and study and have a peace of mind, so to speak. Like the scriptures say, we're gonna be like pilgrims. All right, and it's gonna be hell everywhere. So we got to be ready for the things getting ready to take place, man. This is back in Isaiah. Let me see, Isaiah 55. 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call upon him while he is near. And this is what I'm ultimately, getting at. The whole, bringing it back to the main point. Hey, seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai as much as possible in the times that we have now while you're able to. Because it's going to come a point in time where you're not able to just comfortably sit at home, just watching videos if you want to, reading, being more, having a comfortable environment to be in the spirit, so to speak, to build yourself up. The times that we coming into, you ain't going to be able to upload no more lessons. You ain't going to be on the highways and hedges. Hell, you might even be lucky if you could even link up with another brother at that point. When shit really does hit the fan. Alright? That's why it's very important to be seeking the Lord while he may be found now, before things do hit the fan. Because as you can see, like I said at the beginning of the lesson when I started it up, everything that's been taking place, these different these events, alright, is going to ultimately lead up to what? Them starting to attack so-called freedom of speech. Them starting to say like, oh, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. We need to control what's being put on the internet, the digital ID. All right, locking things down, martial law, civil unrest. Hey, things since this dude done got in office, things have been happening like he says, warp speed. All right. And it's really the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that these things are happening, man. Hey, the time is being sped up for the elect's sake. So knowing that the times are being sped up, hey, you gotta, make sure that you ready, that you on point, because the times that we coming into, it's only gonna be like I keep saying, you and the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that's within you. All right. You ain't gonna be able to call up another brother or hop on the internet and everything else. All right, things are getting ready to be deadly serious. You seeing that, man? Brothers been mentioning how they've been throwing around the word domestic terrorists. And hell, we seen literally the recent event that happened with the dude that got unalived. That's pretty much, domestic terrorism. Somebody within America attacking a high, so-called high, a person that's of high status in this society, or Republicans or politicians, things like that, things of that nature. Because there's been other attacks like that as well throughout this year, where politicians have been attacked or put, unalived, all right, by people within America. So what do you think that's going to lead to with those type of events taking place? All right. Things are only going to get more intense moving forward. So we need to be seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that much more. All right. Being in the spirit that much more, man, because this world is getting ready to be done away with. Things are getting ready to be changed overnight. You ain't going to be able to just live your life and do what you want to do, man. All right. Esau's getting ready to lock shit down. He's getting ready to come with that great wrath, and he's just creating these different events that's going to justify him when he makes that move ultimately, man. And you're seeing it clear as day if you're paying attention, like I've been saying. All right, it's not things that happen, and when it's pushed on the media, it's not a fucking coincidence. All right, it's a reason behind it happening. Whether we know why in the moment or not doesn't matter. But there's a deeper meaning behind it, or reasoning behind it. He has some type of purpose or intention behind those things taking place and being pushed on the media in front of the people's face. All right. Now this is another scripture I want to grab. Is in Sirach 5:7. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day." And that's right, man. We shouldn't be making no tarrying to turn to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because, like I said, any moment, any day, shit can pop off to where now it's time for Jacob's trouble. And like I've been harping on, are you confident in yourself that you have done to the best of your ability to build yourself up and push through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai prior to these things taking place, so that you're walking or moving with confidence in Yahweh Shem Yahushai in the time in the time of Jacob's trouble and when things hit the fan. You gotta really ask yourself that and be real with yourself about the answer. Don't bullshit yourself, because you're not hurting anyone but yourself if you're lying to yourself. And with continuing on, it says, make no tarrying and turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. And that's how quick things are going to happen, man. Suddenly, like the scriptures say, a thief in the night. So while if you are, tarrying, BSing, not really on point, you better get on point. Because if not, hey, like it says, man, suddenly the Lord gonna come, man. All right, the wrath of the Lord, and you're gonna be in a day, in a day that you think not. You're gonna be comfortable, complacent, doing what you do like normal, like, oh, nothing been happening so far, so I'm good, I got time. Because that's how a simple-minded Jake think. Oh man, it's good, I'll do it next week. Oh, I'll fix it later on. I got, it's mercy, it's this, it's that. Lord gonna forgive me. He know my heart. And next thing you know, that wrath of the Lord hits your ass, man. Shit hits the fan, and then you wondering why, there's no type of help for you. You just catching hell like everybody else. All right. Hey, the scriptures say that we suffer now so that we don't suffer later with the world. Alright? So we suffer for righteousness' sake right now so that we don't suffer later on when everybody else is catching hell, man. So that the Lord's will can provide for us in the time of Jacob's trouble when everything is happening. But if you tarrying and BSing and you're not being real with yourself, like I said, as far as regarding, are you confident in yourself that you have really been doing to the best of your ability to be ready for the times to come, in the time of Jacob's trouble, when shit hits the fan and everything else? Are you truly confident in yourself that you can truly tell yourself, I've done the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to the best of my ability? And if not, hey man, you better correct that, man. Because the Lord can return at any moment. Alright? Like literally, the times that we're living in now, man, it's like shit. You literally have to walk with your head on a swivel. A random bug outs could attack you. You could be around a fucking false flag event, get caught up in some shit like that. Alright? Hey, and then time of Jacob's trouble is on the way, man. And if you ain't on point or in a good standing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you think that are you confident the Lord going to defend you? Because the Lord defend the ones who stood boldly for him, who's in his spirit doing his will. But if you ain't been doing all that, why would the Lord defend you? Why would he look out for you? So be real with yourself, alright? Don't make any tarry to turn to the Lord. Alright, seek him while he may be found. Because the times that we're coming into, things are getting deadly serious, man. And the wrath and the vengeance of Yahweh Shem Yahushai can come at any moment. And we seeing that happen, man. Yeah, it was a random Edomite. It was not a random Edomite, but a random event that nobody expected. I didn't expect some shit like that to randomly happen. Nonetheless, alright, it's going to be a lot more crazier things happening in the near future. And eventually getting to points where we being persecuted. Alright? And the time of Jacob's trouble, famine of the word. So are you truly confident that you have been doing what you're supposed to in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to make sure that you're prepared for the times to come? Alright? Hey, seek the Lord while he may be found, because things are getting deadly serious and that we're living in serious times. We need to be walking circumspect and be focused on the inward man more than the outward man. Alright? Okay, so with that, I'm going to wrap up and give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and bishops. And shalom to all the Akim out there, preachers word, truth, sincerity. Shalom.